Don and I were on a mission team to India. We were invited there to provide glasses for a leper colony. Each day we went out to a different village and we ministered to those people and provided glasses. I watched a very elderly man. He was coming down the path toward the church where we were holding clinic, and he was using a stick so that he could use it as we would use a white cane, trying to feel ahead of him, looking with his head straight down on the ground and walking very slowly. Well, he went through our system. It takes about an hour or so to do so. And then I saw him sitting out on a step after he was finished and he had received 2 pairs of glasses. And he sat down and he put on 1 pair of glasses and looked around, and then he put on another pair of glasses and looked around. And he must have realized which pair was the distance pair. And with that, he put them on and he left them on and he grabbed his stick and he was going to walk down that same path to his home. Well, he had his head down and he was walking very slowly. And then he stopped and he looked around and he began picking up speed, walking still down that path. And then all of a sudden, he realized, I believe, that he could see clearly and he didn't need the stick. And instead of putting that out in front of him, he tucked it under his arm and he just took off like lightning. And of course, I just wanted to cry and thank the Lord, because this man, he was fumbling in order to come and find his way to the clinic. And when he left, he was racing down that same path.
And we were closing, and then at the very end, we were like putting everything in the suitcases and all that. A couple came to me and says, I want to learn more about Jesus. And I was like, really? Yep. Because I was talking to a pastor. He said that we are doing this eyeglass clinic not just because we want to serve, but because we want to show that Christ loves everyone. And so I want to know more about Jesus. And I was like, okay, I think we can talk about him and share. And then it said like, wait, I want to introduce you with somebody else. And then bring a person and says, this is my sister, and she wants to learn about Jesus too. And we're like, well, dude, this is great. And then it said, wait, and then brought another. And I was like, oh, they all live in the same house. They were living in separate houses. So it was like 3 families. That was very special, you know, that because the team goes with the attitude and desire to serve, and sometimes the barrier of the language doesn't allow to talk directly, but through actions people can see it. It's not speaking, but it's through action. So that was cool.
I had a coffee bean farmer last year down in Guatemala. He couldn't see the beans anymore on his coffee plants to pick the beans, so he wasn't able to earn a living, and he walked 2 hours to get to a bus station, and then he took the bus another 2 hours to get to the clinic and walked across the city to come to the clinic. And he stood in line all day. He was there fairly early in the day, stood in line all day to be tested, and I ended up giving him a pair of glasses, and the smile on his, I can still remember when he looked out of a window and saw the leaves on a tree and could distinguish the leaves on a tree. It was just, I mean, the tears were rolling down his face, and the tears were rolling down the translator's face and my face, because he just kept thanking God for sending the team there so he could get a pair of glasses, so now he could go home and pick his coffee beans.